Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Monday podcast.
Hey-o. Now, Nikki, guess what?
What?
This is just outrageous. I think it was.
I like it when you're angry.
I'm not angry. I'm just like, it's unbelievable.
What's on the top of your phone? Just quickly?
You are nonplussed.
Up the top.
Yeah, I'm nonplussed. What do you mean?
Oh, it's just fabric.
Yeah, because it's just, I got this,
no.
it's starting to peel off. Yeah. But last break of the show, or next to last break of the show, you were talking about your bedroom or, whether you get a bed or whatever.
Yeah.
Bedroom. Now I'm getting adverts on my Insta for fold-up beds and pop-down beds and all this type of, how to, converting.
Is that right?
Any good deals that you can help me out with? Because I haven't looked yet.
Well, look at that. That Mitzo looks all right. Look at that. That's a bed that it's... Look,
Oh, that's got like a little day bed extended to it.
and then it folds into a...
Oh, hello.
check that out.
Oh, that's a bit of a ride, isn't it?
Looks like a good bed.
Doesn't look very long, I will say that.
No, but...
Next to the bed next door.
Yeah, but still, it's...
I'll check Timo for you.
We've got one of them up at Hartwood, by the way, Nikki. The
Do you?
Yeah, like something that is a, looks like a lounge suite or whatever, and then it folds out to a bed.
Yeah. It's such a good idea. Oh, by the way, I got a message on Instagram saying, hey, Nikki, let the boys know that celiac disease is not an allergy either. It's an autoimmune disease. Ha, 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 ha.
Well, I mean, don't tell us that. We didn't write the question.
Yeah, and
that's Lockie.
and even if
so
I
you're all under
did,
the
I
bus.
still wouldn't give a shit. So yeah,
You strike me as someone who can eat anything and you don't react to anything.
there's
Is that right?
Well, you were talking about, or someone was talking, I can't remember who, but someone was talking about Bali earlier on, saying they don't want to go
Me.
to Bali because I was trying to protect you just in case you didn't want to own up to it. But yeah,
Oh,
you're saying if
me.
you go to Bali, you're going to get the Bali belly and all the rest of it.
I will, without doubt.
I ate everything in Bali.
Yeah, you look like someone who's eaten everything in Bali.
Yeah, and I didn't.
Not bothered you.
I didn't have a single problem. And my kids were going, "You
Not
can't
even a
eat the
shark.
seafood. You can't eat the seafood." I'm like, "That seafood is fresh."
Mm-hmm.
I'm
No,
looking
you
at it.
can't have the water that things are washed in. And
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a salad eater. I don't know. I just think I wouldn't be able to fully enjoy it. Like, I look at it all the time. I'm like, I really want to go. But I'd live in fear the whole time of any little stomach bubble. I'll be like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Send me to hospital, because so many of my friends have ended up hospitalised. In fact,
Hospitalised. Oh.
80% out of people I've polled
What?
myself have ended up in hospital.
The worst,
just-
the worst one I ever got was in Kathmandu, and I'd been in India for like about a month beforehand, and we flew from. In India, I lost like 8 kilos. I couldn't eat anything in India. I had that kind of thing going on there. Like, we were doing
Yeah.
it really poor. Like, me and Smithy, we were staying in like all the backpacker type places. Mm-hmm. We went to Kathmandu, and all of a sudden it just felt like really, I don't know, felt like we could cut loose. And there was a place called like the San Francisco Bar or something. It was like an American diner type place in Kathmandu.
Yeah.
And I ordered everything. I ordered cheeseburger, and I ordered some spaghetti bolognese, and there was garlic bread and all this type of stuff. And when we got back to the hotel,
Oh, no.
it hit me so bad. And Smithy was fine, but we were sharing a room too. And I was on the toilet in Kathmandu, and it was so disgusting, the noises that I was making, that it was setting off the dogs from around the neighbourhood. and I'm not even joking. And I was going to town on the toilet, and the dogs were going, "Arr!" And Smithy was curled over on the bed laughing.
Was it both ends?
No, more just...
Mostly rectal?
More just, yeah, that one.
Oh, see, that I can deal with. But when you're both, that's
Yeah, no, that was just...
I'm done. Oh, man.
Talking about the need with the Murphy beds and whether or not you have the spare room or whatnot. Sarah was listening and she texted me, said, no debate on the boomers. And she just wrote, flu 8 nightmare. And I'm like, what is she talking? Oh, of course. The thing that we went through like 6 weeks, went on the cruise.
Yeah.
And like, I went on
yeah,
a cruise 2
yeah,
years ago,
yeah,
fine. But
yeah,
we're
no
there for 3
dramas.
days, absolutely fine. I thought, because that's the stigma around cruises.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
you go on a cruise,
it
you
is.
come back with gastro.
Yeah.
That's just a thing.
Yeah.
That's just what
We're
happens.
come back with COVID now.
Well, yeah, now it's COVID. Well, no, we had an issue there because we were there, Saturday to Saturday, late Friday afternoon. And my third boy, Will, 7-year-old, we get down to eat dinner. He's a horrible eater. We're sitting there waiting to eat, and he just said he didn't feel well. He probably just doesn't want to eat the food because it's got a vegetable attached to it. I'll take you back to the room. It'll be fine. Get some rest. Like an hour later, we're back in the room anyway. And Sarah's like, I think my throat's a bit funny. I think I'm starting to get a bit rough. And so I go, we're going to get out of here. I took the other 2 boys, and they were broadcasting over the pool. They had the NRL, the first NRL game of the night. I thought, let's just go out on the deck and we'll just watch the footy. And then came back, and Sarah's in a rough way. Will's in a rough way. I'm like, okay, hopefully just a daytime thing, whatever. It'll get past it. You wake up in the morning, you'll be fine. Nah, turn it to shit. We got home later that morning. They go off to bed. And I thought, okay, I've got to start, unpacking some clothes. It's raining, so I'm like, this is already going to be tough with like washing a week's worth of stuff for the 8 people, the 6 in my family, my 2 in-laws that were there, and we also had a friend and her 2 kids sort of house sitting. So I'm going to have to do all this washing. Can't hang the clothes out. All right, let's start. And my father-in-law come out, and his bed, the spare room that hadn't been used in the time that we were away because the friend was sleeping, I think maybe in our bed. He came and he said, I think that maybe the friend Stacey, maybe they'd let the guinea pig loose because there's a bit of a stain on the bed. And I go in there and like the size of your palm, just this sort of yellowy brown stain. So clearly they've let this guinea pig up there. And it's just pissed on the bed. Okay, good. Well, I'll strip that. I'm so sorry. I'm rushing that in, trying to like protect Stacey. I mean, she would have known. One of her kids would have put it there. There's no way she would have left it there. I'll put that in. That's got to get washed first. All of a sudden, all the clothes have got to come second. Okay, that goes through the cycle, and we start doing this. Okay, that's fine. That was all it for like the next day. We're just washing heaps of shit and trying to hide. Okay, this is the worst of it. Come Sunday afternoon, I think my second boy, Luke, he went down at about midday. He didn't get out of bed for 2 days. Like, he just slept for 2 days. It was struggling great. This is as bad as it's going to get. No, that night, Sophie, little girl, she starts getting a bit croaky. She slept in our room, and I woke up in the middle of I'm looking, and she's looking at me in the face. Just breathing on me, and I'm like, well, this is going to go well. Never sleeps on my shoulder, nothing. And she gets up and the kids, they don't know how to like clear their throats. All the gunk's sort of running down in their throat during the night. We wake up and she's, my throat. I'm like, it's all right, darling, just cough it up. Just trying to pat her on the back. At one stage, she's sort of like, oh, and I'm like, I don't want it going on my bed. So my reaction is to dive like a wicket keeper out and try and catch it before it comes out. No, I've just missed it. So it's just all over the bed. All over the bed. Okay, we've got to wash. Okay, we've got to wash the whole bed now. We've got 3 sick kids and a sick adult.
Is this argument in favour of having a dedicated guest room?
Well, I think maybe it worked out for my in-laws only because
work out your point.
No, because the thing is, once we got downstairs, and we have to say to my in-laws who were down there, the only people that are living downstairs at this point, and they're right up the front of the house. And we got Sophie who's sick. We got 2 of my other kids that are sick. Sarah's still struggling. And then I think she was sick again a couple of hours later. And then the daughter, we had a son and a daughter of the friend that was staying there. The daughter is all of a sudden, she's thrown up. So I'm cleaning up all the Sophie stuff. She's good. Okay, great. And I'm on the phone to a mate. I'm like, you have no idea this nightmare that I'm going through, mate. This is all. Get off the phone because I can hear screaming. Okay, walk back downstairs. I hear the friend. She's walking out with her daughter to take her to the shower. She says, oh, Mitch, we've got more vomit. Oh, do we? Okay, so you're going to the bathroom, mate. I'll go down and have a look. It's all over my couch because the daughter's fallen asleep on the couch.
Mitch, this is so
in between the crevices and then all over the carpet. This is great. My in-laws, I didn't see them for 3 days. They stayed up the front in their own room and just shut the door and read books for 3 days until their flight. Mind you, because then the friend went home that afternoon, and on the drive home to the airport, the sun starts throwing up. So we're just like, get this out of here. And then that was when I started to go down. We had influenza A, and we were stuck for a week. But the benefit of having that spare room is that my in-laws were able to lock themselves essentially in their own room from like the Sunday through to the Wednesday when they went home. We just didn't say. All I could do was apologise to them, and they said, "Well, it's not your fault." I'm like, "Good, but you're also got like a prison cell with a bed in it, and all you're doing is sitting there reading a Danielle Steele novel. Like that's, we just sort of like shoved food through the door, and then once it was all good, drove them to the airport, and now they're coming up tomorrow for their first visit since then.
See,
So
now the argument is if you didn't have that room, they would have got a flight home earlier and dodged all of that and not read the Danielle Steele novel and probably lived
you
happily
make a
ever
point.
after.
You do make a good point.
Which Danielle Steele novel was it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you know what
One
I
of the
s-
saucy ones?
Do you know what I saw
Your
this morning?
favourite one, Lutzy.
I'm just remembering what I saw this morning as I came out of the unit this morning. Boom gate opens. Lady comes walking like just right in front of my car, and this is at like what 5:35 or whatever at the time.
Yeah.
And she was walking and she was reading a book, and she had one of these light things on the. So the book was.
While walking.
Yeah,
Itty-bitty book light.
and it's still nighttime at 5:30. But she had this light. It was all illuminated, and she was walking along reading a book this morning.
Must
I
be
was
a good one.
like, I wanted to know so much. Like, what is that book?
Yeah.
Like, what? Are you, like
You
seriously,
can't
that
put
you
it down.
you're going for a walk and you're taking the book with you.
And they say, like when it's dark, people, fear for their safety and safety in numbers, and people don't run with headphones because they want to be able to hear someone that could be around the corner, could be running up from behind. This woman's walking around just reading a novel with a light. Like she wouldn't be able to see
She
anything
was
else.
young too. Like she was I'd say like 30s.
Yeah.
30. Yeah.
A portable
Reading a
book.
book. I was like, what is that? What are you doing?
At least it's a book. It kind of seems a little cultured in a way.
Better than running
Because
listening
we
to
all
an
walk
audio
and
book.
scroll. Like I walk and scroll, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
Well, everyone
Nikki?
does that.
Look
This is
up.
Old school. Anyway,
Drink
we'll
it
see
in.
you tomorrow.
Bye.
The Ash, Lutzy and Nikki Osborne podcast.